Hey, Celtics Nation. Today we're diving into a game that started off in a way that might have had fans holding their breath, but ended with a display of energy and depth that shows just how much potential this team has, especially when it comes to their bench. The first half against Orlando looked almost unrecognizable for a team as talented as Boston. The starters came out flat, lacking the intensity and focus you expect from a professional team. Early on, the Magic built a lead of 12 points, and the Celtics looked like a team going through the motions, almost like tourists wandering through a theme park after a long day. You could feel the frustration and disbelief. How are they going to pull this one back if this was the level of energy they were bringing from the jump? That's when the bench came to life, and it was absolutely transformative. Jordan Walsh immediately injected defensive energy into the game, using his length, positioning, anticipation, and quick reflexes to disrupt the Magic and create opportunities. Anthony Simons started raining points, catching fire seemingly out of nowhere, and his confidence quickly spread to others like Luka Garza and Hugo Gonzalez, who contributed key plays at crucial moments. This wasn't just a few sparks here and there. It was a full surge of production and presence that shifted the momentum entirely. For a team that has historically struggled with bench contributions, this performance was a huge sign of progress. Everyone on the bench seemed more comfortable making plays, minimizing errors, and showing that they could handle high-pressure moments. The mistakes they did make were aggressive, a reflection of a team willing to push the tempo and assert itself, which is exactly what the Celtics need from their secondary players. The statistics tell part of the story, but not the full picture. Collectively, the bench contributed 50 points, 20 rebounds, 11 assists, and 5 steals. That kind of all-around performance isn't something you see often from Boston's bench, and it underscores why patience is so important with this group. These contributions are the building blocks of a team finding its identity, and it's clear that players like Simons, Walsh, Garza, and Gonzalez are beginning to understand their roles and how they can impact games when given the opportunity. Jaylen Brown has been emphasizing this idea all season, pointing out that judging the team based on just 1 week of performance is unrealistic. These moments, like the one against Orlando, are examples of how the bench is starting to gel and how small but consistent improvements can compound into significant growth over the course of the season. Jordan Walsh's performance deserves special attention because it reflects both his talent and his ability to seize opportunities when they arise. Coming off a rocky preseason and a summer league that didn't quite go as planned, many observers had written him off as a potential contributor. But in this game, Walsh showcased the defensive instincts and energy that make him such a valuable asset. His ability to anticipate plays, disrupt passing lanes, and maintain positional awareness was matched by his offensive contributions, hitting key three-pointers at critical moments. In the fourth quarter, after Boston had battled back from an early deficit and the lead changed hands multiple times, Walsh's shot from the corner following a Peyton Pritchard driving kick was a perfect illustration of his growth. He wasn't just participating, he was trusted to make the right plays, and he delivered, showing maturity beyond his years. This kind of trust and performance is exactly what the Celtics need from their younger players. The team is in a transitional phase, and games like this are essential for evaluating who might have a place in the rotation moving forward, especially for a team that is looking ahead to next season's fully realized lineup. Coaches and management are watching moments like these closely, assessing who can contribute consistently in high-pressure situations. Walsh's ability to step up in both defensive and offensive capacities is the kind of proof they need that he could be a part of the team's long-term plans. Similarly, Luka Garza and Hugo Gonzalez also showed moments of brilliance that highlight their potential. Garza was a force in the paint, grabbing rebounds, converting putbacks, and maintaining efficiency under pressure. His performance was particularly crucial given the up-and-down game of Nimishkata, who struggled and fouled out, leaving Garza to carry the interior workload. Gonzalez, meanwhile, demonstrated a poise and maturity that is rare for a 19-year-old rookie. His defensive reads, ability to slow down the pace when necessary, and understanding of spacing and positioning were all impressive, reflecting his experience playing in Europe's high-pressure atmospheres. While the NBA presents a new level of speed and physicality, Gonzalez showed that he can already make advanced reads, make the right passes, and remain composed, even in moments when others might falter. Anthony Simons' breakout scoring streak was another turning point. Most of his points came in the first half, particularly in the second quarter, where he flipped a 12-point deficit into an 11-point lead. 14 consecutive points from Simons not only electrified the crowd, but also gave the team the boost it desperately needed. His shot looked effortless, and the confidence he displayed was infectious. These stretches demonstrate what he can become when fully comfortable in his role. There's even a growing conversation about adjusting the starting lineup to give Simons a more prominent role alongside Jaylen Brown and Derek White, potentially enhancing the team's offensive efficiency and spacing. Throughout the game, the Celtics were able to rely on the collective effort of their bench to support their stars, and that is perhaps the most encouraging aspect. The team isn't just waiting for its stars to carry every game. They're cultivating depth and allowing younger players to develop through meaningful contributions. It's a long-term vision in action, and games like this are essential in building that foundation. For a team that has faced inconsistency from its secondary players, seeing Walsh, Garza, Gonzalez, and Simon step up simultaneously is a major milestone. It's not just about wins or losses at this stage. It's about development, trust, and confidence, all of which were on full display in this matchup. The defensive intensity, offensive execution, and overall chemistry shown by the bench illustrate the Celtics' progress. They've created an environment where young players can succeed, and the trust placed in them by coaches and teammates alike is translating into tangible results on the court. It's not often you see this level of contribution from non-starters, and it's a reminder that growth can happen in phases. Moments like these also allow the team to evaluate how certain archetypes, like aggressive defenders who can also make timely offensive plays, fit into the broader scheme for the current season and beyond. As the game progressed into the fourth quarter, Boston maintained its composure in a back-and-forth contest. After early struggles, the team's energy shifted completely, and the bench was central to that change. The seamless integration of Walsh's defensive disruptions, Simon's scoring bursts, Garza's dominance in the paint, and Gonzalez's maturity on both ends of the floor highlighted a balance that could become a blueprint for success moving forward. The performance of the bench wasn't just an isolated achievement. It was a statement about what this Celtics team is capable of when depth, patience, and development align. The young players' growth also underscores an important point about opportunity and preparation. Walsh's comments after the game about not wanting to miss chances reflect the mentality necessary for a rookie or young player trying to carve out a lasting role. Opportunities in the NBA are fleeting, and those who maximize them can change the trajectory of their careers. The trust shown by coaches and teammates creates the environment for these moments to happen, but it is ultimately the players who must rise to the occasion, and Walsh, Simons, Garza, and Gonzalez all did just that. Their ability to convert opportunity into production is a critical sign of maturity, skill development, and readiness to contribute consistently. This game also highlighted the importance of patience and long-term perspective. Wins and losses at this stage of the season matter less than growth, execution, and the ability to gel as a unit. By observing how the bench came together to turn a potentially discouraging game into a decisive win, Celtics fans can see that the team is laying a foundation for both the current season and the seasons to come. The emergence of these young contributors provides optimism that the Celtics' depth is evolving, and it signals that the team is identifying pieces who can be trusted to complement the stars in high-stakes moments. Every possession, every defensive rotation, and every shot made by Walsh, Simons, Garza, and Gonzalez represents more than points on the board. It represents the ongoing narrative of development, opportunity, and trust that the Celtics are cultivating. The lessons learned in this game will ripple forward, helping these players understand their roles, refine their decision-making, and build the confidence necessary to thrive in the NBA. For fans watching, it's a reminder that progress often comes in stages, and patience with a young talent is just as critical as celebrating their standout moments. As the game continued, it became clear that while the bench had sparked the turnaround, the starters had a critical role to play in closing out the matchup. Jaylen Brown carried the Celtics with his relentless effort and versatility. He finished the night with 27 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block, but the numbers only tell part of the story. His impact went beyond scoring, as he set the tone defensively and demanded attention every time he touched the ball. Brown's intensity on both ends of the court created opportunities for teammates and disrupted Orlando's rhythm, demonstrating why he remains the cornerstone of this team. Every drive, every cut, every defensive rotation he made showed his understanding of when to push the pace and when to let the game settle, balancing aggression with control in a way that few can. Derek White also played a pivotal role, orchestrating the offense and providing stability during key stretches. His ability to read the defense, find open teammates, and execute under pressure allowed the Celtics to maintain composure during Orlando's runs. White's leadership extended beyond the stat sheet. His decision-making, both in pick-and-roll situations and in transition, helped set the floor for the bench contributors to excel. When Simons and Walsh were hitting their strides, White was the connecting point, making sure the ball movement remained crisp and effective. His presence reassures younger players that they can trust the structure and timing of the offense, giving them space to make plays without overcomplicating the game. Defense as a collective unit became the defining factor in the second half. After a shaky start, Boston tightened up, communicating more effectively, rotating with precision, and contesting shots at the rim and from distance. Jordan Walsh's contributions set the tone for the bench, but the starters matched that intensity. Moving laterally, boxing out, and closing gaps that Orlando tried to exploit early in the game. Defensive rebounding became a focus, with players crashing the boards aggressively to limit second-chance points. This commitment to securing rebounds on both ends created more possession for the Celtics and allowed them to push in transition, turning stops into scoring opportunities. Every rebound, whether it was a contested board by Garza, a hustle grab from Brown, or a long rebound chased down by White, underscored the team's collective effort to control the glass. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. Whispers are echoing through the basketball world, and the latest rumor has sent shockwaves across the NBA. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak himself, could be the newest monumental addition to the Boston Celtics. While nothing has been officially confirmed, sources close to the organization hint that talks have been progressing rapidly behind closed doors. The idea of Giannis donning the green and white jersey has ignited feverish speculation among fans, analysts, and even rival teams. Imagine the sheer presence of a two-time MVP and one of the league's most dominant forces anchoring Boston's frontcourt. For years, the Celtics have built a reputation on a combination of strategic drafting and smart trades, yet landing a player of Giannis' caliber would mark a seismic shift in the franchise's trajectory. Rumors suggest that management is prepared to make bold moves, potentially reshaping the roster to accommodate one of the most versatile and imposing talents the league has ever seen. The chatter isn't just about stats, it's about fit. Giannis' relentless drive, defensive prowess, and unmatched ability to take over a game would inject an entirely new energy into Boston's locker room. Fans envision a lineup where Giannis' unmatched versatility meets the team's historically disciplined system. It's a union that could redefine the Celtics' identity and position them as a formidable contender, sending ripples through the Eastern Conference. Of course, with a star of this magnitude, the stakes and the questions are enormous. How would the salary cap be managed? Which players would be part of the negotiation to make room? And perhaps most tantalizing, what would this mean for the team's chemistry, long cultivated over years of development? Speculation is running rampant on social media, with debates about whether this is the dawn of a new Celtics dynasty or simply another tantalizing rumor that may never materialize. One thing is certain. If the Greek freak truly lands in Boston, the basketball world will be watching every move with bated breath. The Celtics could be on the verge of something historic, And even the whispers themselves have fans dreaming of a team unlike any other, blending tradition with unparalleled talent. For now, the rumor mill churns and anticipation grows. The possibility of Giannis in Boston is enough to ignite imaginations, fuel debates, and keep the NBA community on edge, waiting for the next hint of confirmation. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.